Hi everyone, so today we are going to insert the values into our table. Okay, so let's get started. So first we need to check for the username if it already exists in the table. So I'll say username check is equal to mysqli query, and then pass in our connection variable up here, and then we are going to say select all from users where username is equal to our username variable. Okay, and then now we are going to look up how many rows are returned. So you'll see username rows is equal to this query variable here, arrow num underscore rows. Okay, and then now we are going to check how many rows are returned. So you'll see if username rows is equal to 0, that means that there are no rows returned, so there are currently no one with the user, and also this is supposed to be in the if statement in the here. Okay, so let's see here. So I'll close off this one, and then I'll say else. I'll echo out username already in use. Okay, so now we can check for if it's a valid username. So if it's in uppercase A to Z, lowercase a to z, and 0 to 9. Okay, so to do that we need to say if preg match brackets inside we'll say / to / and the middle we'll put a square bracket, and then we'll say A to Z, uppercase A to Z, lowercase a to Z, 0 to 9, and here I forgot to put this here, so that should be good. And then I'll pass in our username variable here. Okay, and then I'll close it below here, and then I'll say else. We'll echo your username can only contain letters and numbers. Okay, so now I'll just indent this. Okay, so now we can insert the values into our database. Okay, so we will say mysqli. So I'll first need to encrypt the password, because right now this password is just the regular password, which means if we insert it, anyone who has access to our table knows that password. So we need to encrypt that password, so even if someone can look at our table, they don't know the user's password. Okay, so we'll see new password equals to SHU1, So we will be using SHA1 to encrypt it, and then our password variable. Okay, so now we can insert it. So we'll say MySQLi query, and then inside we'll pass in our connection variable, and then we'll say our query. Insert into users, and then brackets, first name, and then last name, and then it's username, I think. Let me just go check. So username, password, email, and our password, and then finally our email. Okay, so now we'll say values, and then we'll pass in our variables. So we'll put single quotes, and then our first name variable, which is fname, and then our last name variable, and then our username variable, our password, new password variable, and then finally our email variable. Okay, so now we can say echo out user successfully added. Okay, and then we will go back and then refresh this page, and then I'll just fill in some information. Okay, and then now I press submit, and when I press it, it should insert the values into our table here. Okay, so it says user successfully added, and then when I refresh, it shows us the user that has been added. Okay, so now we can go to here. We can remove this else statement because we already know that it was successful. Okay, so that's it. So this is how you insert the values into our table. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.